got 500mm belt, and we're gonna go in half with that. So we'll go to 250mm at the top, 250mm at the bottom, and then just go for it. Stylies are very dangerous, so we do advise level 3 cut-proof gloves at any time you're using a blade. It does save your fingers quite a lot. And as you can see, this is a 2-ply belt, and the thickness of this belt is, I always double check it, even though from top of my head I do roughly know what it is. I still do double check it just in case. And that is a 6mm thick belt, 2-ply. What I'll be showing you next is how to extract the back of the belt. I normally like to do it just because when it goes over the conveyor, when it goes around the conveyor, you don't want to be, especially if you're working near the conveyor all the time, you don't want to be hearing that knock all the time where it goes all the time. It does get annoying and frustrating, especially when you're trying to concentrate. And what I do is I measure my clip, where my clip will be going, and that's roughly around 20 to 25mm. I always like to leave a bit of a clearance. And then what you do is you softly go down with the blade. Don't forget, you cannot go through that ply, because if you do, then that belt is not as strong anymore. So second cut, I like to go a little bit deeper but gently, just enough so I can fill my ply, but not enough to cut through it. And that will do me. Now, I do have a pair of pliers. You can either use pliers or anything you like, whatever's easy for you. And yeah, now as you can see, we've made a kind of a cut on here. What I like to do is go with my Stanley blade, which first, make sure you do have a bit of a sharper blade. And then what I do is I like to put a little cut into the back of the belt, trying to be gentle because I don't want to slice my arm. And what I do is I go back and forth on top of the ply, as gentle as I can. 2-ply belt is not the easiest to pull the back out on, because there is only 1.5mm back cover, but I do like to attempt it just because I am like that. I do not like to give up. So as you can see, I've managed to pull it back a bit, which now pulling it back a bit works in my favor, makes it easy for me to pull. Of course, your belt will not be this small once again, so it'll be easier to pull this. And let's see if we can get an all-in-one. without it snapping. Beautiful. And that's the back of the belt, which is at 1.5 mil back. That's what the belt looks like now. What we'll do is we'll get our clip. So obviously this is our screw-on clip. And it comes with all different kind of sizes of screws. And what we do is we measure our clip to our belt. We always want to have at least, I'd say 15 to 20 mil from the edge of the belt to the clip clearance. So what I do is I just go near the belt. Obviously different size of belt, different clips, it all depends. Sometimes the clips do come in the same size for this same spec of the belt, but in this case we have to find a way to get our clip in the center. So what I do is, like you can see, putting it next to the belt, I go roughly, which you can measure it, but I go roughly 15 mil from this edge, and then I look here on the other side, and I can see I've got one halfway overhanging, and I know that needs to come off. So the easiest way with these clips is you don't have to use any grinders or anything to cut them, any belt, any clip. All you do is you grab the two ends where you want to cut it, and all you do is go back and forth 3-4 times, and that should snap off quite clean. And there you go, and that's your measure. And we'll do one more to the same size. And now, because we've already gone through the same process of checking, so roughly we got 15 to 20 mil each end. Because I've already measured my clip to my belt, now what I can go and do is take the other clip for the other side of the belt, put it close to your clip that you've already cut, and once again back and forth, and easy snap off. And now they're both the same size. You can never go wrong with that. And what I do is I put my belt in there, okay. So what I like to do next is get my hammer. As you can see, there is some little clips, I don't know what they're actually called, some stoppers where you push the belt to your limit. And you basically push it all the way in, and then to keep my clip square, I like to knock one end down, knock the other end down, and then go for the middle. That is it, it's all knocked down. As you can see, I did leave a bit of, more of a clearance than I thought I would. But we all learn from our mistakes. Next step, what you do is, I always work with a piece of belt underneath mine, just because you don't kill your blades too fast. And when you do come to screw in the screws in your belt, I am using a M18 Milwaukee Impact. And when you screw them down, you don't want your screws to be hitting concrete or anything like that, because they might get blunt. So I like to go and start this end first. as you can see. Just to keep my clip in place, I go again both ends first, and then in the middle. And now you can go on and screw it. A bit of pressure don't hurt. And that was it. Obviously you would get your screws at the back where you would have to shave them down, otherwise you would get your knock once again. But that did save a lot more time than putting rivet by rivet with a hammer, knocking your fingers off and getting blood blisters like I did in the past a few times. So this clip is the easiest clip that you can clip a belt with. Like I said in the previous video, what you need to do is push your clip in, you check your measurements, see if they're all equal. And now do me. You bang one end down first. Now you bang your middle down. And you just work your way up. And then I like to screw that end first, always one of the ends first, then repeat with the other end and the middle, because then that will keep your belt and your clip together. Okay, now if you want to start from the left, you're more than welcome. I always start from the right. go. Your back does look like this, where as you can see, your screws are coming out, which what I like to do is get my grinder and just quickly shave them off to flush. But that did save a lot of time in terms of having to knock every rivet in with a hammer, having to carry the heavy kit for it, where this clip does only require an impact screwdriver and a hammer and some measuring tools. You don't need more than that. And as you can see, you get it all together. Get your pin in. Make sure your pin's all the way, both ends out. And that's your joint. And that's your joint, all nice, and it would not take you not longer than, I would say, clipping it, just screwing the clip to the belt, it would probably take you about 20 minutes